Morning, this is Dio on Coding Made Easy, the channel that makes coding as easy as ABC for you. So this part of the introductory part. So this morning we will just be learning about lists of text editors. A lot of people just have a particular environment they use. They know that, okay, on this environment I do my coding, but they do not understand that these environments are called text editors. You understand? Now, just like you have a platform on which you can create different files, you understand, like a website, a platform, or a package. Take for example now, on your PowerPoint for example, you can do all sorts of designs. You can create different slides, open different files, create different slides. On your Word, the same thing, but that is not programmed. Those are already programmed packages that we use for desktop publishing. On your Excel now, but anytime we mention text editors, it has to do with coding, the computer science aspect, which is also regarded as programming, though programming is wider. It has to do with coding. Coding is actually writing codes, converting algorithms into codes. If you want to know about more about algorithms, programming, coding, just introductory parts, check my other videos. You understand? So this video is just to show you the list with just few explanations. So the environment on which you write your codes are called text editors. We have the light text editors and we have the IDEs. That's the light text editors and the IDEs. The IDEs, that's integrated development environments. You see, when we say IDE, it consists of a code editor or text editor. You understand? A debugger that helps to check for bugs or faults, then a compiler that helps to compile, combined together. You understand? There are other videos that explain debugging, compiling, and all that. You understand? So there are other videos on my channel that explains that. You can check it up. Okay, so what are the lists of the text editors we have? We have your Notepad++. These are environments where you can open your HTML. We have HTML. What are the programming languages we have? We have HTML for creating your website, designing your website. We have CSS, we have SQL, we have PHP, we have Java, like used for phone applications. We have the JavaScript that is also used in conjunction with HTML. So the three that for your website creation are majorly into creating of websites. You understand? So for website creation, you use the combination of these three main languages. We have the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You understand? So it's on this environment that you use those text editors. You understand? You just open them in form of files. Take for example, if you want to open your HTML file on Notepad++, you just open it and make sure that your extension will be .html. Let's say I want to open my own now. I will type something like, let me just show you what I'm saying. I'll type something like share html. I've opened an HTML file. You understand? Then if it's CSS, it will be CSS. You understand? So just to notify the file on the Notepad++, I just want to do, I'll still be doing further explanations when we get to the environment itself. This is part of the introductory part. So these are the lists. We have Notepad++ for light text editors, just for this, especially when it comes to website design and the functionality of the websites and all that. So you need your Notepad++, your Sublime Text, your Visual Studio Code, your Atom has GIT. Understand? GIT means Global Information Tracker. It helps you to track changes in code. and manage the uniqueness of different projects. You can check that up more. You understand? When you check some of my other videos, you will see more explanations on GIT. It means Global Information Tracker. You see, that GIT, the way it works is that it helps you to track different changes in an entire project. Take for example now all these web developers, like let's say a company owns a website. Now it's the people at the back end monitoring the whole web environment. They can track changes in the code from different locations. That's the work of GIT, Global Information Tracker. That's why they call it Global Information Tracker. Atom has that. VIM. And one thing about all these ones, all these ones I've mentioned, if you observe, they'll say they are simple, fast, with syntax highlighting and all that. You can highlight some of them. You can highlight syntaxes. Some of them you can customize to your own format. You can, they are ready-made codes you will find on this environment. You can adjust them to your own codes based on what you want to achieve. You understand? We have Vim, we have Emacs, we have Geany, we have Brackets. Those are under light text editors. And why they are called light text editors, they are mostly used for websites, and they have a reasonable level of functionality. They are not primary, but they have reasonable level of functionality. You understand? Professional enough. But the ones that have advanced functionalities are the ones that have to do with the IDEs, integrated development environment. You see, this IDE, the way it works, it doesn't only have a code editor. The text editors are also code editors. You understand? It also has compiler, interpreter attached, and debuggers. You understand? Don't worry, other videos, check my other videos. You understand? That's why it's good as you're listening. If you're gaining something, make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon. Very, very important. Subscribe and click the bell icon. So please and please take notes. These are light text editors, and we also have what integrated development IDs. We are finished with the light text. These are just some of the examples of the light text editors. The Notepad++, simple, fast with syntaxing and all that, fast and highly customizable, and supports multiple programming languages. There are others. There are some of them that support one, some of them support multiple. Then Visual Studio Code, feature rich with a vast ecosystem of extensions. Okay, that means it also supports multiple programming languages. Atom, customizable with built-in GIT. You can track the functionality, the changes in the codes from different locations. Okay. We have Vim, keyboard-centric, highly customizable, powerful for advanced users. You can also use some of these light text editors. Just because they are called light doesn't mean they are just for ordinary. You can also use them for advanced jobs also. We have Emacs, supports various languages. We have Geany, lightweight IDE with basic. Okay, Geany is also an IDE, but it's lightweight. You understand? So it depends on the complexity of the backend programming. You understand? In this environment, but it's rather as a lightweight IDE with basic code editing features. Okay. Then Brackets focused on front-end development. Focus on front-end. When we say front-end development, front-end and back-end development, if you want to know what they call front-end, what front-end means, back-end means, check some of my videos. Just check, you see titled front-end, back-end as full stack video. That's the title, front-end, back-end and full stack development. That video is going to explain the meaning to you. You understand? So integrated the IDEs with text editing. You understand? So that's the IntelliJ IDEA. That one has Java and Kotlin. You understand? We have PyCharm for Python with advanced text editing and debugging features. Eclipse, we have Eclipse, we have NetBeans. So some of you think it's only Notepad++. There are others. Most people know Notepad++, Visual Studio Code, Atom, Sublime Text, but there are still others. There are others. Eclipse, We have Xcode normally used for iOS operating system. We have NetBeans for Java, PHP, and other languages, and we have Android Studio. Or that Android Studio is what is normally used for Android phones. On the platform of Android Studio, you have your Kotlin and Java, on which you can program. That programming environment for Android Studio. On that platform, you have Kotlin and Java, where you can design apps and other functionalities, other aspects of functionalities on the Android phones. You understand? So that's what is done. When the Android engineering side is done, then when the phone is on, the necessary Android features will be there. The Android Studio will be placed on which the programming is now done. You understand? So that you can have apps. Okay, they use it to create an environment. Already on the Android system, there are ready-made apps that comes with the system. Then it is programmed in such a way that it can also welcome other apps, except the one that signals as error. So that's what the Android Studio is for. You understand? So it consists of the use of Kotlin and Java. Okay. Now, I also on phones now you now have text editors that you can use to practice. You understand? I'll just give you two examples here. The web code, the code studio. Look at it. On the web code focuses on just 2 or 3 environments. Like this is the programming environment now. This web code, this is the text editor, this is the web code. The web code is on its own is a text editor environment. So this is the environment. Can you see some of the codes I've written? I programmed the calculator recently. Then if you click on new here, web project, can you see you can open your HTML file for you to design a website or even a web calculator on that website. Whatever you need, these 3 files: the HTML, the CSS, the JavaScript. So these are the 3 files you need, so you can open any of them. On this, the entire environment is what is the web code, which is the text editor. It's an app, not on I don't know if there should be something. Okay, the ones we have on our laptops like Notepad++ and the likes, but for apps, this is an example. So these are the things you see. These are the 3 files you can create, and you can connect them up to work together. Are you understanding? Then we now have Code Studio, which is also a text editor. Now Code Studio can work both for websites. Can you see, if you click on new here, you see it has the Android environment, the Android Studio environment, Java. Then it has web projects, the 3 web projects. That's the 3 files for the web projects you can create here. You see, you can create any of those files. So you create those files and you can link them up. Like this is an example of the hypertext markup language. I just want to start programming something here. You understand? So I can create like 3 files. You see, this is a Java file. You see, those files will open like as if documents are opening. Are you understanding? You understand? And you can run them. Okay, I've not programmed anything here except the title. Okay, so if you have gained something today, please make sure you like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. More videos are coming, more advanced videos are coming on programming. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant week ahead.